Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the lovely soul family out there. How are you guys doing on this Friday morning or wherever you guys are? Maybe it's evening. How are you guys holding up? Hello, hello, Mary and Poppy. It is, I have to say, it is a little bit of a dark and a gloomy day here. And there's been some pretty heavy energies happening all over the world. But I have to say, despite all the insanity, you guys, I personally have been feeling a lot of like illumination and just amazing energy that is starting to really like buzz and surface. So it's interesting. I had a lovely message come in from a lovely lady, Sherry. She wasn't able to make the live, but she had a question. And I think it can relate to a lot of us too, because she said she was sitting on or lying on a picnic table bench just the other day. And when she got up, there was a very high, intense pitched ringing and buzzing. And she wanted to know if that was an upgrade or, was it just something else? So I thought I would pull a few cards on that as well. Because one card before I came on, hello, darling and Colette. Before I came on, I pulled an oracle and said, what do we need to know today, you guys? And you know what card came out? Look at this. We have a new life with the number 39. So it is a beautiful card and a beautiful energy. And I have to say, it really does represent, again, things falling into place, sometimes magically as well, right? And there's a lot of intense energies, but they are really kind of recalibrated and surfacing. So let's see. Yeah, thank you for also confirming, Poppy. So we'll take a look at your question as well. I'm just going to pull a few cards when we're looking at, again, Sherry's message about her intense buzzing, because I have been also getting this nonstop. I guess I can't say nonstop, but multiple times throughout the day where there's just a frequency buzz in my ears. So, Spirit, what can you share for us today when it comes to this energy of, let's say, upgrades or being able to integrate a new energy? What can you share? Yeah, see, this is really interesting. So again, sorry guys, I still don't have my dual setup. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys want to see the two screens. I have to make some time for that. So I will work on that at some point here soon. Again, sorry, but to go through what I have for you as well, Sherry, I know you're not here today, but look at your energy has that Four of Swords energy, and it's showing like your body, our bodies are in a sense of receiving. Okay, so when we look at that, it's receiving on a new foundation. Now, this may be a message for some of you guys as well, but for you, Sherry, as well, look at the past energy. There's that resisting. So there's a sense of your body resisting that flow and the integration. But guess what? You are moving from the resisting, because that's the past, into a harmonious energy. So was your buzzing an upgrade? I feel like it's more of a cleansing, to be honest, and a recalibration from my perspective, because I do have, look at the Two of Pentacles, and I have my Seven of Swords. So what you're experiencing is very real, okay? And this is coming clean. So it's like your body is integrating with a new calibration. And that is happening to so many of us right now. So I have to say, yes, if you're perceiving it on that level, but from what I can share, it feels like it's not necessarily like a download from our guides. It's more of an integration on your vibrational frequency. So that's what I wanted to share for you. Sherry, much love to you. Hopefully you can join us next time. Now, I also wanted to chat with you guys for a minute too before we dive into some more questions. Thank you guys for joining me here. I love you guys so very much. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm excited. I've launched a Patreon, so we're going to be doing some more exclusive videos there, but that does mean I will be cutting some of my lives here on YouTube. I'm gonna probably be doing them every second week, and then I'm gonna be doing 2 lives a month for my Patreon as well, where you can come in and we can have more like an intimate setting and get personal questions as well. So I'm really excited for that. I've had a few requests on tarot courses as well, so we're gonna dive into that, into astronumerics, and just some exclusive videos. So if you guys are interested and you enjoy hanging out with me and my energy, then come and join me over there. It'll be on my website. I forgot to put the link down in this video, but you can find my Patreon on my website with readings with Breanne, or you guys can email me or I'll comment down below after. But I just wanted to share that. I did send it out in my newsletter recently, but I'm really excited to have a little community come together as well. So let's see, lovely souls, what do we have coming in here today? Hello, Carrie. Arrow. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Diamond Heart. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so today we're just doing like open readings, open floor. I'm pretty easygoing, so whatever you guys want to kind of jump in and ask, I'll do my best to get around to your guys' questions. Usually we're here for about an hour. So if you're new here, thank you for joining me. So let's see here. I'm gonna scroll up to the top. Mary. So hello, Mary. So you were asking again about a Heidi who is a Kate Middleton lookalike. Has she been used as a stand-in during public appearances? So I actually haven't heard of this girl. I seen your comment before I hit the go live button. And I can see, yeah, there's some resemblances there, yes, but from my perspective, I don't think she looks that exact. I think there's something different about her nose, and it's just very prominent. But let's see. I mean, if you're looking at certain, when I've looked before, I have seen a lot of, let's say, like clone energies or duplicates when it comes to Kate Middleton. And I do think when we're looking at if they use Heidi, we'll confirm with the cards and see what I get. But it's most likely not in like speaking interactions. Maybe it's more of just public presence. She may have like a big brim hat or something like that, just because I do think that there are quite a bit of differences in her looks. And it's quite a talked about topic from what it looks like now. So what can you share, Spirit, with the question of Heidi being used as a Kate Middleton lookalike? What can you share? All right, so back in my deck, we do have some secrets and things happening behind the scenes, and we do have. Sorry, these are really crazy holographic cards, so they might be a little bit harder to see. But I do have a lot of energy to support that is a possibility. Absolutely, actually, right in the middle. Look at right in the middle. I have my Seven of Pentacles, and look at all these pile up of certain coins that also look similar. So I do think a lot of the times they could use actually clones, but this does represent also having backups when, guess what, she's not feeling, like they want to put her energy out there. And the thing is too, when we look at clones, I mean, that's a whole other topic, I guess, but sometimes like when there's multiple clones, they start to lose their ability to sometimes really operate in the manner that they intend them to, which is also why they could be using Heidi as a lookalike on some occasions. But again, I feel like it's from like when you're looking from afar. I don't feel like it would be within intimate events. And interesting enough, I do have also my Hanged Man, which is a distortion and showing, it's really showing like a substitute as well. So it would not at all surprise me. And look at, we have these two kings behind the scenes involved with setting it up. So interesting. Thanks for your question, Mary. So I'd have to say, I wouldn't surprise me if they do. They have potentially used lookalikes or Heidi, okay? So let's see what we have going on, guys. Hello, Miss G from the UK. How are you doing? Okay, so I think we had a question from Poppy Cave. I like that name too. Okay, so you've been job hunting, sending your resumes online for job opportunities. Are there any opportunities or luck for you when it comes to this? Excuse me, getting the hiccups here. Okay, what do we have for our lovely Poppy Cave when it comes to job openings or opportunities? What can you share, Spirit? Yes, I do think there is something coming in for you, okay? It may actually be through a potential like acquaintance or somebody that you even know. It's got a bit of that past energy, but look at this. We have a lot of two energy. So we have that Queen of Pentacles coming out as you, okay? So this is you looking at grounding and being open to possibilities coming in, okay? So there is a lot of energy to support. You will have opportunities. Things are balancing out right now. So we have the Two of Pentacles, but my situation's also the Two of Cups. And this is showing partnerships coming in for you, okay, when it comes to opportunities. So I do have a big yes. I have nothing here saying that there isn't going to be anything for you. I know times are a little tough right now and things can be hard, but also being open to knowing, like, be excited about the opportunities that can come in for you. So even spending that few moments. Now, I don't know if you practice like rituals or magic at all, but I can't stop seeing this queen. And she's like sometimes that queen of rituals and magic, right? Now, work on doing some actual rituals that mean something to you. So you can find tons of stuff online. I really do love working with like abundance and wealth bowls as well. You can find an old video online. I have in my background, I do have a big bowl that I created and I made it my money bowl, my manifestation bowl. So I actually am seeing a lot of energy for you in terms of working with tangible things when it comes to bringing this in. Now, I will try to put this in words, but going way, way back when I was, I don't know, like 19, something like this. Some of you guys may have heard this story, but I was able to manifest things very quickly. And I do think there are different people that have different underlining energies. But what I did, you guys, is I took my heart. Your heart is the biggest portal. Create that funnel of absolute love. And I would create this funnel of what I wanted. You had that clear intention of what you want, and you send that out there into the atmosphere, into the universe, right? And it manifests so incredibly fast. So again, I'm trying to find like the exact words that to put together for you guys, but sometimes it's hard because it's a feeling, it's a resonance that you step into. But anyway, that being said for you, my friend, yes, there are opportunities coming in with the twos. Like we could look at that too as the next 2 weeks to 2 months, things lining up for you. Okay. So thank you for your question. Much love to you. All right. Hello, Carrie. So yeah, again, you guys, I am open to doing questions, but donations do kind of get the front of the list. So I'm gonna scroll down and see what message you have. Carrie, don't be gentle. Oh, you're funny. Okay, so can I look into your best friend's husband? How is he going to fare with his current heart issue? Again, I have to say this. I'm not a doctor. Okay, so we are just looking at this from an energetic perspective. I know you guys know that, but I have to say that. Okay, so let's see your friend's husband and his heart situation. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have? What's the overall energy for Carrie's friend's husband with his current heart issue? What can you share? All right, so I'm not okay. I might have to pull a couple more cards here because interesting enough, it's like it's not clear right now. So I don't know if right now he's going through quite a bit of actual testing and that sort of thing. It's beating at 40%. Okay. Because when I look at the outcome of this, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a positive energy, but what's aspecting it is a fast moving energy and it's on the fence. So it's almost like his soul. Okay. Weirdly enough, you guys, sometimes we think of these situations as like, why you know what I mean? Like why would I want to partake in such an awful situation? Or you know what I mean? Like when it comes to your soul's contracts, I guess I should say. Because when we look at your friend's husband, I have the world as the past. And this is him in terms of his soul contracts. Now, there's a lot of things I feel like happening underneath the surface that aren't clear, and his soul actually hasn't chosen. I do think there is a probability that he can absolutely come out of this, but it's not clear. Like it's like he hasn't made his mind. But with this Eight of Wands is showing a fast moving so energy. So within the next 8 days to 8 weeks, there's going to be more of a solid energy of where he's going to be moving within his next phase of his soul's journey or mission. Okay. I'll pull a couple more cards on this because again, I'm not getting like a so right now it's at this choice point. It's at this choice point and it's not clear on what exactly is happening yet. So spirit's not like, yes, things are going to get worse or they're going to get bad. It's complicated and absolutely it's complicated with this energy. This is the center of the spread. And this could be also him going in between other energies and realms as well. Can I get any more guidance on this, Spirit? So the hospital wanted him to have a life vest, which is a defibrillator, and he said he was low risk. Can I get a little bit more, Spirit, on any potential energy we can get from the momentum and outcome? He has the ability to get through this. He does. He does have the ability, but right now it's uncertain. Okay. So I'm sorry I can't give you like more of a specific yes or no, but right now there's quite a bit of uncertainty, but there is an energy of him being able to work through this. Absolutely. It's like a wake up call as well. So when we look at his current life and the way he, moves throughout his life, this is a big wake up call and an evaluation, but it does have the potential to come through on the other end. That being said, I do have a lot of my other like off-worldly energies or life path or past life energies too. And this could be the energy of him being in between those realms and actually getting visitations from his ancestors, from his guides as well. So it's not actually something that's set in stone yet. Okay. It's very much fluctuating between whether or not he will get through it or not. Yeah, he told him he had to manifest his outcome. And it feels like he will get there. This is also a sovereign card too. So when we look at the energy, sometimes I can't really speak. I'm just speaking on experiences that I've heard from other people that have had that moment of even passing and coming back. It's like such a sense of a relief. It's like a sovereign. It's like going home, right? There's no more pain. That's all gone. So sometimes it's hard to come back into this physical body that's pretty much like rotting away, right? Probably not the greatest image, but he's a stubborn old Italian. Okay. Because there's just a sense of that choice point happening here. Okay, lovely lady. So I think that he hasn't fully decided what direction and where to go. And interesting enough, because I've really been getting that. wanting to look into when we look at our soul's contract. Some of us have like one specific exit plan, and some of us have multiple exit plans throughout our journey. Okay. And for him, he has multiple exit plans from what I can see. So it doesn't show that this is going to be absolutely the ending. It does show there is a high probability he can get through this, but again, his soul has to choose to want to get through it as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's up yet, girl. I'm not gonna say it's up. There is an energy of working on this, okay? There is an energy of working on this. The Hierophant. There's a lot of lessons in this for him as well. Spiritual lessons too. But there is that tower moment, right? He has 9 lived. He's like a 9 life cat. Interesting that you said that because on the back of the deck I have 9 of wands, 9 lives. So I can say like there isn't like a choice point. That being said, interesting enough, I do have that card peeking out a little bit. So it's going to be whether or not his soul really decides to move on or not. So probably not the answer that you really wanted. I'm getting it's on the fence about what his soul's going to choose, but I do think over the next 8 weeks he's going to know. You guys will know what more of the momentum will be, okay? Because it's something happening fast. So either he gets better very fast or it declines very fast with that 8 of wands. All right? So much love to you guys on that journey for sure. Absolutely. Thanks for your love. I appreciate you guys. So let's scroll back up and see. Okay, so Poppy, we looked at some opportunities and yes, I do see some job openings for you. Things are balancing out. I would say over the next like 2 weeks to 2 months. 2 months may be a little further than you're hoping, but again, it's just an energy, so you can use that Queen of Pentacles to work your magic and get that faster. I want you guys to realize, like, what's interesting? We always talk about this matrix and we're looking for all this, like the hacks on the outside. It's internal, you guys. When you change that internal state, you change the outer world. So we have to do a little bit of work on ourselves. Angela. So you feel like the end of September is crucial for you. Can the cards detect energy of abundance, financial stability? Lots of love to you as well, Angela. Okay, let's see, Spirit. What do we have for Angela when it comes to the energy towards the end of September? The September is crucial for all of us. It is endings, you guys. Quadruple endings with all this 9 energy. Look at how much has happened. And in my September energy report, I mean, it's been a lot of tragedies with a lot of people losing their lives. But in September, I remember looking at that and I said there were going to be more deaths. And that, unfortunately, I do think we are still going to see more. So that is for yes, sometimes just higher political leaders and that sort of thing, but also us in our everyday life. But what do we have for Angela? Energy for Angela. Yeah, you definitely have some big stuff happening here. You're in a sense of look at the healing. So this is a month for you to, again, let go and walk away from holding on to whatever burdens, my friend. Okay. So I do think that you are achieving this, but there's also a little bit like that spark is interesting enough. I have my Ace of Wands in the center, and this is a spark of life. Okay. So it's currently in reverse, and that's in that present moment. So there's a bit of a heavy energy right now. And this is happening to so many of us, you guys. These past triggers, traumas, fears, all of that gunk is coming to the surface, because it's up to each and every one of you to choose to look at it and transmute it, to be present with it and surrender it. I do think this is massive for you, Angela, because we have the star in the situation. So it's a very big month for you for healing and you feeling that. So don't dismiss that feeling. You don't need somebody else to tell you, because you know in your heart that this is a big month that will be transformative in a lot of ways. Now, once with this energy, once you also decide to release and walk away from this energy, which is all about trying to win at all costs, so stop trying to battle with yourself. Guess what? Yes, you have a lot of abundance. And look at this. Look at this. I love this. Back of the deck. So 7 of Pentacles is financially building up your nest egg as well. We have new creative energy, and my Temperance is one of the best cards to get when we look at love and relationships, because this is a harmonious time. So you are entering into that state. And look at all these major arcanas. Holy crow. You are entering into a state that will call for you to be more vulnerable. So try not to shut that down. Be able to be present with it, and you'll transform very beautifully here. Okay. So yes, I do think it's a big month for you. It's a big month for everyone. All right. Yes, shining star. That is so true. There's so many that try to change everyone else, but then they don't do their changes themselves. So very important for sure. All right, let's see what we have going on here. Now, Jungle Woman. Okay, so for Poppy Cave, you said you also have a positive energy recently too. Yeah, and it's so weird. I feel like I'm just radiating, but I have been doing what I've been doing in the evenings as well, is going into my meditation, and I'm visualizing, you guys, just all my cells, all my skin, every part of my body glowing in gold, okay? And just see that illumination happening, and you're just working with that energy. You can even feel the Kundalini kind of raising and working and flowing. So, really important. When it comes, like for me anyway, it's really important for me to work on those. Like, I'm a very visual person. So, when I can see things, it's just like seeing them and then also opening that portal of your heart and connecting the two. And things are just surfacing. They're going through very smoothly, even through the chaotic times, because the world is crazy right now. But again, when you realize that it's not also your job to try to fix the world, and you're just working on being your true self, you'll start to see all these other little shifts and changes in your environment. So that's what I've been personally doing when it comes to just working on that visualization and connecting with my heart, like opening it like a portal and taking that energy and radiating gold cells and my skin and just everything vibrating. And I have noticed a difference. I feel like I'm glowing more as well. And it's just like exciting. I mean, I feel like I'm skipping down the halls now, opposed to like, oh, I gotta go do this or I gotta go do that. So quite interesting. Okay, let's see here. And Jungle Woman. So, could I see if the therapist will be able to help your son's situation with the school if alternative approach is better? Okay, let's see. So, we're gonna looking to see if the therapist will be able to help your son's situation with the school, or if an alternative approach is better. Okay, well, let's look at the energy of the therapist helping your son in his school situation. What does that energy look like for Jungle Woman and her son? What's the energy of this therapist and positive momentum moving forward with her son's situation at school? Well, I have to say, I I do think there will be some breakthroughs, okay? I'm not gonna say it won't help at all, but the outcome with this is unfortunately still being out in the cold. So even though I do think that there are some positive interactions with changes, I don't think that I think there will have to be additional things happening as well, okay? Because there is quite a bit of heavy energy here. Now, I'm not saying to not do it. I don't know if there's a possibility of you guys doing both because I do see something about two different modalities or two different settings as well and expansions on the horizon. Okay, so let me just pull a few cards. What's the energy of alternative? Alternative means, as you were asking, is that a better alignment for your son with his situation at school? The sun. Wow, yes. Okay, so again, you guys, I'm, not here to give advice on that factor, you know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know what I mean when it comes to professional advice, when it comes to therapists or doctors, but I have to say looking at the alternative looks way, way more successful, okay? I have the sun. I have a victory, him being seen, him being recognized. I do also think this is very much linked to a lot of karmic energy also coming down from like from your from within you, the mother as well. When we look at our first relationship and certain triggers or traumas that we have, it all starts again from the womb, the mother. So it's going backwards as well and doing that healing. But when we look at an alternative method as well, I have a celebration and I have the children coming out. Now, there is a little bit of a defensive energy. So I'm not sure how, again, open he is to jumping on working with this. But I do think looking at both have potential, but alternative does show quite a bit more successful, okay, to be more successful. And you know what? It's interesting. I guess it's just with these energies, but even like with my daughter, like last night, she called me and she was just having a full on, like I haven't seen her have a full on meltdown like that in a long time. And there was a spider in her bed, and it's just like all these fears surfaced. And I was trying to calm her down for like, I don't know, a half an hour on the phone. And it's like all these things are just surfacing right now. It's a very, very, very intense energy. So you're going to expect a lot of, I think, hiccups. I feel like with people within our friends, within our family, our children, our spouses, there's going to be a lot of friction because we're getting rid of what doesn't serve us any longer. And that means changes happen. And if we're resisting those changes, a tower moment will happen, okay? So that's what I can share with you there, lovely lady. All the best to you and your son. Again, I'm not trying to say a therapist isn't going to help, but I do think the alternative route, as per your question, shows a lot more positive energy, okay? Hello, hello, NL. Let's see what we have here. It's funny that, okay, so on the topic of extraterrestrials, never mind Three Eye Atlas, I'm wondering what the cards show if there will be an increased sightings in the next few years. We'll definitely pull the cards on it, but I'm going to say absolutely yes without even pulling the cards because I've looked into this multiple times. And I think a lot of what that looks like too is I think people like I said earlier, everyone's starting to experience weird sensations, weird buzzing, weird, I guess we can call them upgrades, but I don't think that's the right term. I feel like it's better to say more of a recalibration within the system. And that means we're going to start to see through the veils because the distortion is getting thinner and thinner, and the truth is coming out. And when I've looked into, I can't remember what video I did last on this, but I kept seeing the pyramids. And when we look at the corrupt individuals that have taken the powerful energies of the ley lines, of the sacred sites, this is like them inverting it. So taking those, like I was seeing actual geometric shapes or symbols in my crystal ball, and it was being inverted. So they're taking that energy, and instead of it doing, for the good for humanity, they are siphoning that energy. So I've seen that coming to a stop. And when that happens, there's also going to be a big shift in our consciousness, meaning we're going to connect more with extraterrestrials. So let's see, Spirit, as per your question, can you confirm with the tarot, what can you share with us, Spirit, on the topic of extraterrestrials and the increase? Will there be increased sightings in the next few years? Look at my Archangel Michael comes up. So this is also my card of that angelic realm and actually being able to be present with it much easier. Yeah. So I do have a big yes to that, but it's also going to take a little bit of time. I think over the next 3 years, you guys, oh my goodness, my head's going to explode. The next 3 years, we'll see an incredible shift, okay, especially in the collective consciousness. So that is going to take time. This is a slow and steady race, right? It's not like we wake up tomorrow and there's going to be ships all over the sky, but it's also saying like we have the ability to connect with them now. Do you see that? I don't know. It could have been nothing, but I just seen something go past the screen. Sorry, to answer your question, absolutely. I do have a big yes, because look at the past. In the past, we have the Eight of Swords, being blindfolded and being kind of having our hands tied, right? Not we're stuck in this dense matrix where there's fear and we're just constantly in fight or flight mode. And when we're in that state, we're not connecting with our true divine self. So absolutely, we have over the horizons, look in the skies, you guys. I guarantee you we're going to see more ships in the skies. Absolutely. And even on a personal level as well, I do think a lot of us are going to start to be able to connect with our guides, connect to our star family. And that's in subtle ways. So many people think it's going to just be them like knocking on the front door saying, "Hey, I'm here." Not yet, not yet. But over the next 3 years, this is a really big probability of seeing more of our star family and extraterrestrials, even with our physical eyes. So that being said, a big yes for that. So thanks for your question. I love that. Honey Golden have been, I guess, talking about the ley lines and correcting them. Yes, that's what's happening, you guys. The ley lines are they're being corrected because there's been so much distortion. And again, my guide that I've connected with, Sarah, before, she's talked about how there's been just these artificial timelines, right? And it's showing that there's just been so much distortion, but that distortion is being cut out. It's in the process of them cutting. And this is truth. This is integrity. This is being able to take that blindfold and cutting it off. So I have to say, like, I feel like we can see and experience that even right now in today's day, but we have to connect. We have to do that inner work so we can be that clear channel for their energy. But on more of a global collective level, I do think in the next 3 years, what I've seen, what are we right now? We're almost in 2026, 27, 2029. I've seen in 2030 too. I think from 2028 to 2030 is going to be a huge timeline opening of more connections, like huge timeline consciousness acceleration. So very interesting. I love that stuff. Oh, Shining Star, you were at Glastonbury, Stonehenge, and you felt nothing there at all. Interesting. I went there a couple years ago, and when we first went to Stonehenge, what's interesting, you guys? Like, I'm just sharing my perspective here, but when I'm just in my home, in my environment, I mean, I'm a big homebody. I don't go out a whole lot. I'm not big on big crowds or anything like that. But I don't notice those subtle energies coming in as much as when you take yourself out of your home environment and you put yourself into the world. So throughout that trip, I was feeling so much energy, and it was interesting, and it wasn't all positive, because when we got to Stonehenge, all of a sudden, as we were driving out, my head was pounding. And there was quite a bit of distortion from the energetics of the portals and the energy of Stonehenge as well. And that's a whole other topic. If you guys follow Brad, I know he talked about that quite a bit on his channel. So he did a lot of work over there. But I loved I would love to come back to the UK. I honestly really liked all the sites that we went to and stuff. So it was quite a beautiful trip. But I have to say, when you're take yourself like out of your home environment and you just allow yourself to feel the energies of those external sites and certain areas, it's quite incredible. Hello, Diamond Heart. Okay, let me scroll up and see if we have a question. Okay, so Diamond Heart, let's see here. So you're curious if, and Darlene, I see your question as well. So I'll look at yours in a moment. So Diamond Heart, you said here, do I see you and Yusura? Sorry if I said the name incorrectly. And Elias being in a relationship. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm awful at names, you guys, so please don't be offended. Let's see, Diamond Heart, what do we have for a relationship for Yusra and Elias? Elia? Oh my gosh. I'm just going to pretend I can't say that name. I'm sorry, girl. Okay, what can you share, Spirit, for the relationship for Diamond Heart here? What does that look like moving forward in the times ahead? It's a lot of heavy energy here, okay? Based off of this, there's going to be different opportunities coming in. I have to say right now, again, when we look at tarot, it's just based off of the current probability. But I do have things, unfortunately, not working out the way you are hoping or you're seeing at the moment. But that being said, look at this. There's something really fast coming in here. And there is also, when I look at that Six of Pentacles, there is a new energy that is much more in alignment with where you're going. Okay, so based off of right now, a lot of things have to change. This is at a standstill or at a pause. And I also have my 10 of Wands, a heavy burden. I have 9 of Swords in the back and the 3 of Hearts, which is usually a separation or a disconnect here. I got to say, there's lots of energy showing a big disconnect, and I don't have a lot of really positive energy about a happily ever after. I have to, just share what I'm getting here. But that being said, there's still other opportunities coming in, and they're coming in fast, like in the next even 8 days to 8 weeks. On the larger scale, 8 months, but this is fast energy coming in, okay? And it's almost like it's not expected, okay? It's something that is not, it's just like comes out of your blinders, right? So I have to say, I feel like something new is coming in, not necessarily that particular relationship, okay? So just what I can share with you at the moment, but much love to you on your path and within your relationships, okay? That's been a big topic too in my sessions with relationships just going sideways right now, and not even just romantic relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of even family dynamics really peaking here. So let's see, Darlene, what do we have for our Darlene when it comes to, will you be able to sell your parents' home to move on? What's the energy of Darlene selling her parents' home to move on? What does that look like, Spirit? I do have a big yes. A really positive energy. So I do think we have a celebration in here when it comes to you looking at selling your home. But I have to say, there's something to do with a sudden shakeup here. I don't know if this is you guys not getting what you really planned when it comes to financial matters. Like sometimes it's like, you're hoping to get a certain market value or whatever it is. And there's a big tower moment that gives you a little bit of anxiety here. Okay. And this could even just be that whole process of being able to go through everything and the procedure, the logistics of selling a home and finding a new one. But I do think this cards absolutely point at you guys being able to sell this and move on. But that being said, there's just some heavy energy in the outcome. So it could just be also not getting exactly what you want for the home, or you think that there's going to be a better outcome with the what you're going to get for the sale of the home, if that makes sense. Okay, lovely lady. But it does look like if you were looking to sell, very, very strong, yes. All right. I love it. The adorable husband. That's so cute. Yeah, shining star. It's all about planetary alignment with Saturn and Pluto currently. Yeah, some intense energies. All right, so let me scooch up here and see what else we have. But yes, I am super excited for one day going back to even Avebury. I really enjoyed trekking around there. There was just something I remember going into this one store and it was just this witchy store and there was actually people dressed up as like witches and it just seemed very magical. I nothing that you see like that here in BC. So it was quite a wonderful experience. And this time we're headed to Egypt, and that's actually coming up in a couple months. We're headed out there in November, so that should be an amazing trip. I'm super excited. All right. Let's see what else we have going on here. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, they have some they're nice holographic, but I think sometimes they make it a little bit difficult for you guys to see, but that's okay. I do like them. I brought out my spooky Halloween tarot cards, but I haven't fully connected with them that much yet. So I decided not to use them. I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time and playing around with them, but all right. Okay, so we have uh Maria's oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names, you guys. It's embarrassing. Okay, lovely lady. I have a question about your hubby. Okay, he started a new training in manufacturing and automation, and he's having a rough time, data overload. Will he be able to overcome this, get help, or is he maybe going to quit? It's a semester and a long 3 semesters and a long certificate. Okay, let's take a look at the energy of your hubby starting his new training in manufacturing and automation. What can you share, Spirit, for your husband? And I'm sorry, I'll call you Mary because I'm going to get your name wrong. Mary Zoc? Did I say that wrong? Oh. All right, Spirit, what do you have for your husband in his training for manufacturing and automation? Yeah, I got that devil energy. Well, there are some cards pointing to him potentially walking away from this. Okay, lovely lady. So I do think if he puts his mind to it, he has the ability to, yes, stay and continue and work on this, okay? But it is a lot. It is a lot for his energy. It comes out as the devil, and the devil is not, it's not that it's bad, but it's also a big Capricorn work energy. So it's going to take him to really align himself and say, do I really want to do this? Okay. Because there is some cards aspecting him potentially. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. There is some energy here about him actually considering walking away from this profession, because he feels like it's just too much. It's just too much with that devil. So, based off the tarot, it's still a little bit like, again, look at this fast moving energy. I think he's gonna make a decision in the next, like, couple weeks here about what he's gonna wanna do, but it is borderline him deciding to walk away from this whole thing, okay? It just feels like it's a lot for his energy, and he's really struggling, but that being said, I mean, he can overcome it with this 7 of Pentacles, but it's gonna take this is a patience card, okay? It's gonna take time for him to process, and it's okay. Like, don't be so hard on yourself, right? When you, especially when you start something new and you don't know what's going on, it's going to take time to really absorb and get that information. So if he wants to put his mind to it, he can do it. But based off of this, he is veering more on deciding to walk away because it's just too much for his energy. So much love to you guys on that journey. I think, if we look at the energy, would it be in his best interest to continue to stick it out? Let me just pull a couple cards on that. Would it be in his best interest to continue to stick it out? Yeah. I think there will be still some ongoing conflict, but I think there's something very powerful about overcoming this and having a strength to it, okay? So this is all about structure, okay? So there is a lot about him. If he can approach this from a very structured standpoint and allow this information to flow, he will be able to get through this, okay? So I mean, I would recommend him continuing to try to work on this, but again, it is borderline with him deciding to walk away and maybe look at a different path. So there will be ongoing conflict for a little bit, so it's something that he's going to have to look at. All right, so let's see. It's Marisa. Okay. Well, much love to you, Marisa. I'm always the worst, you guys. I feel so bad. I don't know what it is about names, but okay, so let's see. Yeah, Carrie. Everything is from within. No magic pill. Um Yeah, also big month for global changes in leaderships, presidents, kings, absolutely shining star, that's for sure. I think we'll see some still pretty big shifts and transformations. Oh, you love the peacock feathers? I have one. Oh, where is it? I have one that I actually framed because I found it when we were in Victoria, and it was just a very special memento. So I actually had it in a really nice little clear frame, but I just bought these ones here. I love them. They're so like look at they're so beautiful and magical. Oh, now they're going everywhere. This and I also love look how pretty that is, you guys. The colors. It's almost like the all-seeing eye. I'm just obsessed with them. They're so pretty and beautiful and shimmery, and I also love the crow's feathers. I try to find crow's feathers when I'm out. I have a really big connection to the crows as well, so they're my little spirit guides. All right, let's see if we can get through a few more questions for you guys. Hi, Samar. I'm doing great, thank you. I hope you're doing fabulous over there. Samar, can I do a career reading for your elder brother and see if there's some positive news coming from him? All right, I think I'm going to use these guys. So what can you share for Samar when it comes to your brother and his career? Is there a breakthrough? Is there positive energy coming through for Samar's brother? What's the momentum? All right, so there is a lot of like karmic energy coming out here too, and him having a lot of his walls and barriers up. Look at that Four of Pentacles, and we have the Justice too, okay? But things are balancing out with those scales, and the outcome does show him being recognized, okay? But the thing is, I actually see opportunities right in front of him, and he's just not noticing them because he's got these walls and these barriers up, and his blindfolders on. Like, look at this. There's an opportunity right there for him. And he's like, nope, I'm not looking at it. So this it's always hard. Again, we always want the best for, our friends, our family, our loved ones, but it's also a journey he has to take. And it has a lot of probability that things will pick up for him here, but he has to be able to put those walls down and be able to look at things for what they are. Because I feel like there's a bit of a feeling of not being good enough, and that feeling is interfering with him being recognized here. But the outcome, guess what, is a victory. So I have a big yes, things will turn around for him, but it's a bit of a learning lesson as well, when it comes to what he's going through, okay? So it may still take a little bit of time when we're looking at that, maybe in the months ahead. But overall, he does look like he breaks through those barriers. But again, he has to want to break through the barriers. All right, my friends. So yeah, but absolutely, there is a good outcome. And again, that card that I got for each and every one of us is the new life. So go and create that new life. How do we do that? Well, we have to realize that we can't keep also telling the same story, right? We have to choose different choices. We have to become somebody different, more or less, right? If I want to become healthier, that means I have to make that choice to have, this meal versus my chocolate bar, right? So you have to consciously choose to make different choices. And when you do, this new life will flood in, okay? So that's kind of what I'm seeing for your brother. He just needs to be able to see things from a larger perspective because he's got his blinders on right now. But he'll overcome it from what it looks like. Oh, thank you, Claudia. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we can definitely look at that. I think I might have skipped a couple questions. So my apologies if I skipped anyone. Sometimes it's hard to see within this little bar. Arrow, is it Arrow? I think you said I missed your question. I'll scroll up and see if I can find it. If not, then feel free to just retype it below. I'll see if I can get a few more questions in, but I'll have to wrap up pretty quick here because I got a session. So, Arrow, unfortunately, I can't find your question. Oh, I found it. Sorry. Okay, so you said here, can I please tell you about your married life and about your future husband? All right, so let's see here. I'm guessing, are you single right now and you're looking to see if there is marriage or your husband coming in? Let's look at the momentum. What does the rest of 2025 into 2026 look like for our lovely Arrow? What can you share when it comes to a married life and a future husband? Look at this. This is a celebration, often also an engagement, moving in together. It's a happy life. Look at this. Lovers. So I don't know if you're currently in a relationship, but if you're not, I do see you being in one very soon, okay? Um, Feel free to like write anything if you're still here listening. But what I can share with you is there is that again, knight in shining armor rushing in. Look at this, girl. Look at this. You have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. So this is somebody that is very passionate. Most likely, this could be. I don't know how old you are, but this is usually that knight. So it could be somebody around your age or mid 30s, mid 40s. Hard to say specifically, but it is kind of that more youthful energy, somebody that is very just adventurous and moving forward full force. So I don't feel like you're going to be second guessing whether or not this person likes you. This is somebody absolutely coming in, and you do have like a soul contract with this person. We have the Lovers right in the center. So you may not be able to see it here in that past, but this is something that is coming in pretty darn quick for you if you're not already in a relationship. But I feel like this you're gonna know. So it's not like if you're asking that question, I feel like you don't know you don't know it yet. So that being said, big yes, my friend. You have a lot of energy to support. This person's gonna want to hold on and build something with you. I have really positive energy. I think this person could be younger than you, okay? Because you come out as that queen. You have this beautiful Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands energy, very passionate, very nurturing, very loving. And this male comes in a little bit of a youthful energy. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius if you guys like to connect those dots, or a Gemini, because I got a big Gemini energy here too. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that comes in even over the next 4 months, okay? Very strong energy. So yes, there is a happily ever after with a future husband for you, okay? So much love to you. Thank you for your question. Let's see if we can. Okay, so I think what I'll do, I'm going to go to the end here and we'll look at Dieter's, and also I'll pull a few cards for Claudia, and then we'll probably wrap up here. So Dieter, you said, can I look into your relationship with your partner, Veronica, to see if this will turn into a marriage? Based off this current energy spirit for Dieter, what do you have when it comes to the energy of your partner, Veronica? What's the momentum of this? Okay. Whoops. Now, it has potential to, yes. I have you guys coming out as the Two of Cups here, and you have that passionate energy. I feel like, I don't know if this is you or if this is her, but somebody is a little bit guarded or has their walls up. So there's someone hasn't decided whether or not they want this to turn into a marriage. And it feels like it could be maybe more her. Or maybe this is you, you'll have to let me know, but it does have potential. I have 2, 3 energies here, and this is looking at the horizons, and this is coming together. This is also that chapel energy, like going to get married at a chapel kind of vibe, right? So it does have the possibility, but the thing is the outcome is the Two of Swords. So when we look at this is sitting on the fence, and somebody hasn't made their mind up, okay? So I'm not going to say that there's no chance, or absolutely is a possibility for you guys to come together, but it feels like somebody's just not quite ready when it comes to marriage, if that makes sense, okay? There is lots of like passion with that Ace of Wands, but this is also a delayed energy. So I don't know if I see marriage right now, but in the future, I feel like there is going to be that evaluation about whether or not you guys want to move forward and get married. So it's a little on the fence with that Two of Swords as my outcome, but still very much a strong possibility, okay? Just not quite yet from what I can see. And then, yeah, as the cards flip out, I have the Hermit. Not quite yet. So let's take a look. Claudia, I think I'll end with your question here, lovely lady. There was actually a really good question that I liked. I might maybe even take a snapshot of it. Um, it was, I think, about our okay, the race of people belonging to different races of aliens and co-creating different people and different continents, and co-creating human evolution. So I'm gonna actually maybe what I'll do, I'm gonna take actually a picture of this because it'll disappear and I won't see it. um, Thanks for your question. I'm not going to go into that today, but I feel like that could be a really good video to do in the future. So I will keep note of that. But let's see what we have. Final messages for Claudia. The next 7 days. Ooh. What do we have for Claudia for the next 7 days? What energies are coming in for Claudia? Are there any plans for you to travel, Claudia? Because there's a lot here about expanding and moving to different horizons too. So this could actually be like this is my travel energy. It doesn't have to be if you don't have anything planned. It could be also planning for maybe something to expand on in the future. I have a lot of collaborations and just spending time with even I don't know if you have kids, but there's that children card coming out. And this could also be a card of connecting to our off-worlding energy, our ancestors as well, right? So it feels like over the next little while, there is a sense of these barriers dropping. You know what's interesting? Out of all these tarot readings we've done today, for work possibly, but you don't have kids. Okay. I keep getting this Four of Pentacles for so many of us, and this is like the walls and the barriers dropping. And this is because this is a work card. So when we're looking at then work, we have that work and collaboration. Again, it doesn't have to be kids, but this is also that past energy. It's nostalgia as well. And the outcome is the threes. I have two threes. So this could represent over the next 3 weeks to 3 months. There very much could be some form of travel here, okay? That's coming out quite strong. But even the back of the deck, too, is you being recognized. So it's a really good energy for the most part. The only thing is, like, when I look at the center, there's that Four of Pentacles again that it keeps coming out for a lot of us. And I think it's just a message to also not resist changes that are happening too. Okay. It's like, yes, going with the flow and commanding your life and making your conscious choices and moving forward with your inspired actions, absolutely. But it's not like fighting and going against the current because it's only going to get more challenging. But I don't see that for you, Claudia. You have a lot of positivity. There's a lot of youthful energy when it comes to children as well. So interesting that that comes out. Again, doesn't have to specifically be anything to do with actual children, but it is a card of a lot of youthful energy and joy and success. So, yeah, they're a beautiful blessing, and it's kind of interesting too. I was doing on my like for my Patreon, I was doing a bit of a series that I've been recording for our diving into our blueprint when it comes to our life path numbers, right? And when we look at it's interesting how a lot of the older generation talks about how the kids nowadays are just so soft and lazy and etc. Right? And when you look at you guys numerology and astrology, and I like what is called the astronumerics, and you take astrology and numerology and you combine it, and we're also looking at Pythagorean and all these ancient practices as well. But um, what's interesting is like kids born in the 2000s, like one is a very masculine number, okay? Two is more that feminine, the yin and the yang. And since that number two is that feminine energy, kids that were born in the year 2000s and onwards, they have an entire different blueprint, an entire different frequency. So the numbers, like people from like the 1900s onwards, 1960s, 70s, whatever, 40s, they have that masculine one. So it's a very different energy, and they don't always understand the kids nowadays because of they have a different blueprint with their number two. So of course it goes deeper into each individual and their charts, but quite an interesting topic, and it's just one that I guess I'm also very passionate about. So Yeah, for you, you don't force having children. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Never know, girl. You never know. You still have the ability. And the more, you know what's interesting too, the more we there's that, yeah, there's that one. So exactly, like Carrie, like you said, like the ones have just more of that masculine work ethic, that more masculine heavy number, not heavy, but you know what I mean? It's more of that leadership number. 2 is more like that nurturer behind the scenes. So yeah, I mean, I don't wanna say just kids, like 2000, 25 years old now, so you're still an adult, right? But you know what I mean, like the individuals, the people that are born in 2000s and onwards just have a completely different blueprint, and it's kind of interesting to look at that, and a lot of the older generations get kind of frustrated because they don't understand it. But, that's why it's so important to you guys. I encourage you guys to look into numerology and all of the ancient scientists, but I guess let's see here. I guess we'll kind of end there. I love you guys so, so much. I have so much gratitude for you guys, and I will be back for some more lives. But again, starting in the pretty near future, we see them as lazy. Starting in the near future, I will be doing my lives probably twice a month instead of every week. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to focus a little bit more on my Patreon as well. So if you guys want to join me there, fabulous. But if not, I'm still going to be doing some lives over here as well and some more videos and stuff. So again, if you guys have topics, like feel free to email me, write it, put a comment below my videos. I'm always open to doing some topics for you guys, whatever you guys want to look at. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. I'll be on the ball field or in the hockey rink all weekend, so it'll be fun though. But with that being said, I love you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. So until next time, bye for now, lovely souls.